How's everybody doing out there? This is the Black Effect. I want to really talk about this topic, man, with Gucci Mane and Pooh Shiesty. Gucci Mane came out with a diss track called Crash Dummy, and now everyone over the internet is calling Gucci Mane a snitch. They've been saying this since the incident happened, and this is why I hate rap culture at this point. I hate that it's so ingrained in our culture as blacks and minorities. I'm tired of it, man. This is why I don't listen to this music. This is why I don't entertain it. You understand? Because no one else can get robbed. No other form of business, no other genre of music, no CEO can get robbed and then is called labeled a snitch, or is given trying to try to be spoken to or spoken about in a derogatory manner because they went to the authorities. They did the right thing and they went to the people who's supposed to handle it. And these are the same people who always, when rap beefs happen, they always say, well, keep it on wax. They don't want to see no drama. You people who calling people snitches and things like that and doing those people, let's be honest, man, you're broke. Like, let's just be honest. You're broke. You're broke. You may be in the hood. You may be young. You may be young. You may be thinking about if that was you, if you was Pooh Shiesty, you would do the same thing. Pooh Shiesty was in the wrong, man. For one thing, he lured someone out there. He lured Gucci Mane out there under the guise of, oh, it's all good, man. It's nothing but love, It's just a business meeting. And then when you get there, somebody spring a trap on you and they got the drop on you. At that point in time, it don't matter what, if you a smart dude, and if you really are from the streets, man, if a dude got the drop, you saw on the wire, man, when Omar got the drop on Marlo and he wanted that ring, what did Marlo do? He gave him the ring. Marlo was a stone cold killer, man. What did he do? He gave him the ring. See, that's why a lot of you dudes end up dead, and a lot of you dudes have been in jail so much because you're not very intelligent. First of all, that's why I preach to my people, man, get out of these streets. The streets are dead. They have nothing for you. And you should be utilizing all of your resources, man. If you utilize your resources to call the police, I'm like Charleston White, man. Yeah, I can defend myself, but the police is also an extension of my defense. Their extension, that's my gang right there. And that gang can go up against and take care of any gang that's on these streets. The police, the military, the government. Though that gang, none of you can stand up against. But if you keep your nose clean and you follow the Lord and do the Lord give you his commands, if you follow what God telling you to do, then you're not going to be robbing nobody. You ain't gonna be signing your soul away for riches. That's why you in the position you in. You should never sign these. You should read your contracts before you sign these things. You know how these rap deals are since they've been like this since Puff Daddy, man. Been like this since. This is how they are. They sign your soul away basically, or if not careful, you gonna belong to them for a long time, and they gonna be able to use your likeness, put out your music, do all of this stuff. Gucci Mane is no exception. He's a business. And I'm not gonna say he's the best businessman, but obviously he's doing okay. But his whole label left. Like, let's be honest, Gucci Mane whole label left him. So you should have learned from that, bro. Why you gonna sign with a man who everybody on his label left? But in Gucci Mane's perspective, somebody as a businessman, somebody comes and robs you under duress. Somebody come and robs you, have you sign a contract that's worth millions of dollars, and they have you give that up unsign it under duress. Why wouldn't you you have to tell the story, that you have to let people know, the authorities and people know, that it was under duress that I signed this, so the contract can now be void. So now you can get your millions. So that now the contract won't even be, it won't even exist. It won't even be valid, If you don't say that and you try to hold it, it's not snitching. I'm not going to say nothing, which there were other people there anyway who saw it. Civilians, white guys, cameramen, and cops, they saw all this stuff. Man, these people cars was on camera who shiesty them. Like, it's a no-brainer. They already have them. But on Gucci's side, for business and for his family, this is work. And now, even people like, why you gonna do him like that? Now, at this point, I don't care nothing about you. I wish you the best. I pray for you, but you're not my friend no more. You're not my ally. You put my life in danger and people with me life in danger. They choked the dude out from behind. not Gucci man. If they choke one of these people out from behind who's with him, and he could have killed. They could have killed him. You pointing guns in people's face. That gun could have went off and shot Gucci man in the head. Like, you don't care about me, man. You just trying to, and you ain't going about things the right way. So I don't care about what you got going on. I'm not finna defend you, keep you out of jail. I'm not finna do that. Man, go to jail. That's where Pooh Shiesty need to be. That man ain't thinking with his right mind. Like, you already on house arrest and all this. He was already trying to act like he was big and bad. See, this is what I be saying, man. That culture is stupid, and our kids need to stop following that. Young people need to stop following that. Dudes who in jail, man, you need to be listening to people like Project Pat, man. Get your life right with the Lord so you won't end up back in there. I know it may seem hard, that you may think you gotta go back to doing the same stuff you was doing. That's not the case, man. Jesus Christ is for you, man, but you gotta follow him, man. You can't be just doing your own thing. You're gonna end up dead and in the grave and in hell. That's it. That's your destination. Pooh Shiesty doing all this for money, man. Like, money really is the root of all evil. But for people who talking about, man, you're snitching now, oh man, all these rappers talking about, oh man, I couldn't believe it. Those men just jealous of Gucci Mane. A lot of y'all rappers' career never hit a Gucci Mane's level. Y'all will never be a CEO. Y'all will never have anything. A lot of y'all are low-level rappers. A lot of y'all are like your rumble tumble street dudes. Y'all ain't got no families, no wives and beautiful wives and families to worry about, man. So y'all could talk that nonsense over the internet, and it's just that nonsense. People like academics, whack 100, all that, bro. It don't matter. All that stuff that y'all stand for is nonsense. Now, it's nothing wrong to be honorable. Definitely men should be. If you in the streets and you killing people, and you doing and selling drugs, doing all this, and you involve other people in that with you, and then y'all go to jail, then you tell on them, that's one thing. But somebody who, when you in a Gucci Mane situation like this, and you ain't even in the streets like that, you doing business, and a dude come try to do some phony stuff like that, and then get you to sign a contract, that under duress, nah, bruh. That contract finna go right back in the trash, man. That ain't even valid no more. I'm definitely gonna be like, man, I signed that under duress. Do you understand me? Duress meaning under threat. The dude was trying to threaten me. Of course, I sign whatever you got, except unless it's got a contract for my soul. You know what I'm saying? And I mean literally. But if anything other than that, man, give it to me. I sign it as soon as you leave, man. I sign it stuff under duress, man. But like I said, it don't take. And of course, Gucci Mane gonna make a song about it. 50 Cent made a song about it, bro. This is what happens. This is what rappers do. They're rappers. You get these people confused, man. Gucci Mane ain't been in the street since, forever. Like, so this dude ain't no street, like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I say, man, stop. These rap lyrics we need to evolve as far as this genre of rap, man. Teach somebody something in this stuff, man. Bring it back to the Public Enemy, Grandmaster Flash, the Run DMCs. Man, I don't even care. Like, Kid and Play, you ain't gotta be talking about thugging and bugging all day, man. Y'all just not creative. So that's what I'm saying, man. And if for me, man, you call me Charleston White 2.0, bro. Like, now I'm not a person who be antagonizing people, then be like, I'm a call the cops. But if you come up in my everyday life, man, disturbing me, doing some wrong stuff, you know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm gonna put the laws in your life, man, and get you up out of there. You need to be off the streets. That's why neighborhoods be getting terrorized, you know what I'm saying? Because people scared and try to act all cool, man, thinking it's cool not to get these people off the streets who doing crimes, no matter what they doing. In our neighborhood, man, we harbored all type of criminals talking about, I don't believe talking to the cops until they run down on your family. Then it's a problem, because you're not gonna do nothing. Like I said, for people who, being like Gucci Mane got Pooh Shiesty out of there, and now he in the pen. What would you rather Gucci Mane do? Go smoking? Go killing? Would you rather that Gucci Mane, for him to go to jail for killing Pooh Shiesty? Because he got more money than Pooh Shiesty. That's really all that matters. All it take, man. You got enough bread. You can put some money. You can match that to take somebody's life. Is that what y'all want? Nah, y'all don't. I mean, really, some of y'all would rather that. Like, some of y'all seem like y'all would rather Gucci Mane do that. People like academics and, and other folks like in the culture, man. Y'all seem like y'all would finesse 2 times. You seem like you would rather Gucci Mane just took his life and now he in the pen. Do you care about anybody? Do you care about them? We don't care about each other, man. Like, let's be honest. I've already seen this. That's why I don't listen to none of this nonsense, none of this rap, this new age hip hop or rap or none of that. I don't listen to that. Gospel rap, I listen to that. Old school, like when rap meant something. I don't listen to hip hop anymore. None of these new artists, none of this new stuff. I don't care if it was an old artist who's still putting out music. I don't listen to that. It's done. I mean, cause it's all corny now. I see it. It's corny. Like, stop it, man. Ain't nobody in that lifestyle gonna lead you to nothing, like I said, but jail, the grave, hell. Start on the earth. Your life be a living hell. That's all it do. So, man, do not pay attention. Don't feed into none of this, man. Gucci Mane ain't feeding into it. He like, man, you call me what you want, man, but you can't call me broke. And I'm the one who gonna win out this situation in the game of life. I keep saying this, man, Italian gangsters. Look at the example. I know it's a show, but Tony Soprano, when he was going up against his own guy, Feach Lamanna. Feach Lamanna was an old school gangster who got out of jail, and he kept bucking Tony. Tony was the boss, and Tony couldn't control him. So, he eventually knew Feach was going to try to kill him and try to take his position as boss or have him killed. So instead of killing the dude himself because he was liked by a lot of people, Tony was strategic and he got him set up. He put some hot merchandise in had him played on his greed, had some hot merchandise be stored in his garage, and then called the police and put an anonymous tip to the police and got him busted back in there for life. That was the end of him. He didn't have to deal with him anymore. Wipe your hands of that. That's it. But Tony wasn't a rapper. He was a mob boss. You understand? So but he had respect. Like, he took care of it in a strategic way. If you're not strategic, you're not gonna last long in anything you're doing. You're not gonna last long in life. So again, man, I don't follow Gucci Mane. I ain't trying to hear nothing about no snitching. Pooh Shiesty and his daddy and all them people was in the wrong. No matter what, you signed the deal. You can't run up in somebody. This 2026, man, cameras everywhere. Everybody see everything. You can't run up in somebody's studio doing nonsense, man. Trying to hold them at gunpoint like this the Wild Wild West, man. And you got an ankle monitor on. You put yourself in this position, man. Should nobody be there, like, you know what I'm saying? You got to take it on the chin, bro. It is what it is. And like I said, I don't lose no respect for Gucci Mane because I never respected him in that fashion, in the fashion that he was some super street guy. He's a rapper. That's what he was aspiring to be. That's what he is. Yeah, he may have did some stuff in the streets, but he is a rapper / CEO, man. Businessman. So with that being said, man, we need to grow up in our community and stop championing stuff. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. Stop saying stuff, and if you don't want to see something bad happen, because what you want to go Gucci Mane into being like, you know what, man, I'm finna just send somebody and kill this dude. Would you be happy with that? Would that be a victory for us? Come on, man. I pray for the whole community, man, and this whole generation any of these young kids who believe in any of this stuff. Really, it ain't even the young kids who that silly. It's a bunch of you old guys. You older dudes, because they didn't grow up on Gucci Mane. It's y'all niggas who grew up with Gucci Mane, looking up to him as a street hero, man. Stop it, man. Grow up. That being said, it's the Black Effect. I'm gone.